What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we have made it to the sort of third installment of our four-part series here on the channel, taking over 4 days. We've started off our series of Hugh Jackman's journey as Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds' journey as Deadpool in this four-part series, taking a look at Wolverine Origins, or X-Men Origins Wolverine, then moving to Deadpool 1, which we took a look at yesterday, Deadpool 2, which we're taking a look at right now, and then Deadpool 3, or Deadpool and Wolverine, which we're taking a look at tomorrow, which is all very exciting and all very good. So, without any further delay on this Deadpool sort of franchise summary, this Deadpool franchise run-through, we're going to be taking a look at what Google has to say about this second installment to the movie. However, this I was actually old enough to go watch this in the cinema. By the time this came out, I was old enough to watch it, so I went and watched it in cinema, and it was fucking incredible. So, Deadpool 2, it is a 2-hour adventure action comedy that came out in 2018. It is a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 66% on Metric. You can watch this on Amazon Prime or Disney+. So, Deadpool protects a young mutant Russell from the authorities and gets thrown in prison. However, he escapes and forms a team of mutants to prevent a time-traveling mercenary from killing Russell. So, basically, Deadpool sort of teams up with the X-Men. He tries out being an X-Men, and he goes to save Russell, who is, like, burning down a house. And he ends up basically causing them to both get thrown in prison, and they get their mutant collars put on, which causes them to have their powers suppressed. And, unfortunately, in doing this, it brings his cancer back, and he is slowly dying, and he cannot get this neck brace off for the life of him. He does form a team of Domino and... that's the only one that kind of lives. Everyone else does die. We had Brad Pitt playing Invisible Guy, but like they formed X-Force to dive down and stop like the Juggernaut and Russell from freeing the Juggernaut, and also Cable freeing the Juggernaut. So we had Domino being the only one that survived because her superpower is luck, and they go, they continue trying to stop Cable from killing Russell because apparently he causes like world chaos and world destruction in the future. And Deadpool ends up going back to the orphanage where Russell's gone with like the Juggernaut to basically kill the person that tortured him and experimented on him when he was a kid. Deadpool stops him and practically almost dies to cancer. Doesn't die, he gets revived and he survives. He takes like obviously Cable's time traveling thing and goes back in time and stops all the mistakes that happened in the past. Obviously, with Wolverine Origins, he kills the really crappy version of Deadpool. He goes to Ryan Reynolds agreeing to do the Green Lantern movie, kills him and stops that from ever happening. And he does a lot of other stuff which is going to cause time anomalies, which does lead perfectly into Deadpool 3, where the TVA come and pick him up. However, that is not what we're talking about today. We're talking about Deadpool 2 and Deadpool 2 only. In this movie, we have the baby leg scene, which is absolutely incredible, where he does get ripped in half by the Juggernaut, and I think that's really cool. I think having a lot more X-Men characters getting involved in this movie is really interesting. I think Domino is really cool. I think she's a very unutilized and like a lesser known character, which does get her fair share of screen time here. And we also have Cable, who is quite intertwined with Deadpool's antics. He seems to be constantly running around with Deadpool, and it is around the time that Josh Brolin filmed this. He was also in Infinity War playing Thanos, which is very exciting because he was in 2 major Marvel movies of this year, which is very exciting, of 2018. I don't know if Cable will make a comeback, and I don't know if Domino will make a comeback, but I sure hope she does, because Domino's actress, the last time I saw her on screen was in Bullet Train. She was like the Wasp character. And Again, the actors in this are so incredible. Ryan Reynolds plays Deadpool so well. He's so good with the comedic timing, and the prosthetics team striked again so fucking well with obviously all the prosthetic makeup that they did here and making him look as ugly as they do. The CGI is great, especially on the Juggernaut and on Deadpool getting ripped in half. It's gory, it's great, and then even the baby legs had a really good CGI scene to them as well, which is really interesting and really cool and looks pretty well thought out as well. So I hope we get another Baby Legs cameo, even though we do have a Baby Pool in this next one, so I don't think we'll get the Baby Legs in the same format. But it would be cool if they did pay homage to it and sort of reference it in the new upcoming movie, which we'll take a look at tomorrow, which is also very exciting. A load of Deadpool stuff coming to the channel over the next couple of days. All very exciting, all very good and well. I can't wait to talk about it, is all I'm saying. But the action sequences are super well choreographed, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think it holds up as well as it does to number one. It does expand upon the world and add a load of new characters into it, like Russell and Cable and Domino, and I absolutely adored Domino in this movie. I thought she was a really nice addition to the group, but we still had the old members still coming back and still being quite prominent to the story, like Colossus and Megasonic Teenage Warhead, who now has a girlfriend. I forgot what her girlfriend's name is. I just remember the joke of like Deadpool calling her Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. I don't actually remember her name though. We also have a couple of other sort of references to the X-Men characters with Charles Xavier and like the Beast and all of those showing up for like one scene as like Deadpool is riding around in Charles Xavier's chair. It's like a little fun cameo with them all shutting the door so he can't see them. It's funny, it's great, it's a cute little gag, and it does sort of expand upon the universe a little bit that they don't want to be involved with Deadpool's antics and they are just leaving it up to Colossus to deal with because, you know, it's kind of his thing to sort of deal with and mess with. However, it is still a really good movie. It's not as good as number one, but it still holds up to this day, and it is still a good watch. And it is one of those movies that you can go rewatch over and over and over again, still have a good laugh, still have a good time watching. And I don't rewatch movies often. Again, if you're a fan of the channel for a while, you will know that. But this is one of those movies which I can rewatch over and over again and have a good time. Again, I don't think it's as good as number one, so I am going to give it a little bit of a less score than number one. I am going to give it an 8 out of 10. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all in the next one. I'll see you all tomorrow for the Deadpool and Wolverine movie review, where we'll be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and it will be a spoiler review. However, we are in September right now, so you should have already watched it. You should have already seen it, and you know, you've been anticipating it for the past 4 days now on the channel with all these different uploads and planning schedules.